Steinberg, Brook Stockburger. Brook, how are you?
Doing great. Outside, birds are singing, sun's shining. What more could you ask for?
Really nice. Speaking of beautiful weather, it's synonymous with the baseball season, Aggie baseball. They are playing good ball this week, but a disappointing weekend last weekend. 4-game series against Sacramento State. They won 2, they lost 2. 2 of their wins didn't come in WAC play, because 3 of the games counted in the WAC. One was not a conference game, but nonetheless, it was disappointing.
Yeah, and not only was it disappointing to lose 2, but the way they lost. Yeah. They had 5-run leads, and both of them gave them up. But you're on the road. You're winning a lot. They've won 18 of 21, so you're going to have some stumbles. They come home, going to play WAC play again at home against La Tech. La Tech's lost 5 of 6. Caleb Dudley, their stud on the mound, is going to be the starter against the Aggies.
Actually, surprisingly, the Aggies lost this series, or they split the series against Sacramento State, but they didn't see their RPI drop significantly. They were 19 in the RPI, now they're 25. Sac State entered the weekend at 173. Now they're in the top 130, so Sac State saw a jump. Aggies only dropped a couple, which I guess there is a silver lining there, but they have to get it together right now. They have to sweep La Tech. La Tech has been playing good baseball. Make or break schedule for the Aggies coming up, because after La Tech, they go to Baylor for 2 games. Yeah. Baylor's a very good team. They come home, they got Hawaii for a 3-game set. Actually, that's a road series, I'm sorry. Then they come back home for Fresno. Then they have a road game at UNM. That's really the make or break portion of the Aggie schedule. They have to get it together now. It starts this weekend against a La Tech team that was just swept in Nevada. Period, point blank.
Yeah, exactly. They just got to come home, get it done at home. You got to win the series at home. Try to split them on the road if you're playing 4, or do the 2-in-1 thing. But yeah, they have momentum. They got to keep momentum. And you're right. The out of the conference play in the Big 12 and then against UNM could really, make them stub their toe a little bit. It won't cost them in conference play, but it could cost them a little bit upstairs. So keep that momentum going.
They got to get together. They haven't been sharp lately. Let's move on to Aggie football. Their spring ball rolls on. New defense this year. New coordinator. Strength kind of shifts. Their secondary's brand new. They bring back some experience on the front side.
Yeah, you had a great story this week about the defensive backs.
It was great. Thank you, Brook.
Yes, awesome. Good read. Check it out. Yeah, that's usually been a strength because of experience. Now, these new guys are going to be very talented, but they don't have a whole lot of game experience coming back. And with a new D coordinator, it's going to be interesting to see where that stands. But the one nice thing is, though, if you have sort of new starters and a new D coordinator, they're sort of growing together.
Their new D coordinator, I like the addition here. He's enthusiastic, he's engaged, he's energetic. That's what you want here. He seems like a nice addition. I think he's going to work well with Dwayne Walker, who has a defensive background. I think the Aggie defense could be much improved. Still have some concerns about offense, and here's why. Can the offensive line block in a downhill rushing attack? How do you make up? Tavion Rogers and Kenny Turner were great players from them last year. Both of them are gone, so that's a lot of production to make up. And a new coordinator. Doug Martin was, I don't want to say genius. I mean, he's a good football coach. He's a great coach. He really was. He was a great football coach, great offensive coordinator. So to replace those 3 things, they have some questions there, but I think the defense might be something they can hang their hat on. So we'll see. It's spring ball. It's Aggies playing Aggies. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore.
Yeah, NFL schedules are out, so we're getting that taste of football already, even though it's 3-4 months away.
We are. Big Lions fan here, big Steelers fan there. What do you think of the Steelers schedule?
Tough. I like that they're opening against Denver, though. Try to get some redemption from their end of the season.
I have no idea who the Lions are playing, but I do like Matt Stafford. He's got a lot of Southern swag.
Southern swag.
Is that Georgia hair?
They got a lot of primetime games for Detroit this year. So.
They do. Well, they're kind of the flavor of the month or whatever of the year. Folks, thanks for checking us out. As always, this show's going on long enough. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter. This is Brook. I'm Teddy. Have a good day. Coach of the year for me is clearly Frank Vogel on the Indiana Pacers. Well, not clearly. There's a lot of good candidates, actually. But Frank Vogel's done a good job there. I believe they're the 3rd seed. Is that right?
What's his name with the Bulls winning again? I know he won it last year, but hey, why not give it to him 2 years in a row? He's done a great job.
Absolutely. He's done a good job. There's Tom Thibodeau. Greg Popovich is always in the conversation. Greg Popovich, I mean, he's a good coach. I just want to say this. He's been coaching Tim Duncan for the last 20 years. Tim Duncan's incredible. Tim Duncan is absolutely incredible.
If ever anybody to have a man crush on, it's Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I know. I wish I was Tim Duncan. I like Vogel. MVP, it's like, am I going to say Kevin Durant? That's so lame.
What about Love?
No way.
No Love?
Well, they're not in the playoffs, Brook. And then
we had that discussion yesterday.
Yeah, and I said they're not in the playoffs.
So you have to be the best player on the best team?
No, I don't think you have to do that, but I do think I think your team needs to do something special as well. And the Timberwolves were improved. Now, I think Rick Adelman's done a good job as a head coach. Rick Adelman's an underrated coach.
You could make the argument, though, if somebody's doing really great on a so-so team, that even elevates them more.
I want to bring this back actually to baseball a couple seasons ago. There was this conversation, should Alex Rodriguez win MVP on an atrocious Texas Rangers team? The answer was no. It should have been Miguel Tejada on the Oakland A's, who clearly exceeded expectations, made the playoffs. I don't even remember who won, but this was a huge debate.
But who was protecting him in the lineup? For him to do what he did on that team, you could say is even extra special, right?
Well, that's what he gets for accepting a $300 million deal from the Rangers.
In the heat of Arlington, no less.
And then I also Rookie of the Year. We're going to go Kenneth Farid. What do you think about that? We're going to go Kenneth Farid on the Denver
I'll go with
Nuggets.
that. Yeah, why not?
There's really no quality. Everyone's saying Kyrie Irving, but he's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he has. Oh, knife to the heart. I'm a Penguin fan. They're just getting killed. They're giving up 8 goals. They're the most talented team in the NHL. The NHL playoffs can often have a team who's clearly not the most favorite. You know, a number 7 team can go all the way and win it all. It depends on whose goalie's standing on their head. But for the Penguins to just implode like they have in this series is just disgusting.
You're talking to a former guy who was a former huge hockey fan, a Pat Verbeek fan of the Hartford Whalers, of course, and Benoit Hogue on the Islanders. I don't even know if anyone knows
what
what
a
I'm
great
talking
name,
about.
Benoit Hogue. I love that name.
I've fallen out of the game, obviously moving to New Mexico. There's no pro team here, and I went to college out in Washington State. But the NHL playoffs are great.
Yeah, they are. One more name, Frank Pietrangelo.
Frank Pietrangelo, or Peter Sidorkiewicz. We could go on and on about former hockey. But, yeah, no, the NHL playoffs are great, but I haven't watched a lick of them.
Well, it's hard. It's hard down here. People around
here.
here didn't really grow up with hockey, and it's just no hockey environment, so it's hard to get people to talk about it.
I still don't forgive a Dale Hunter for that hit on Pierre Turgeon. He's the coach of the Capitals now.
I know. He's a punk.
Guys, have a great night.